everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Google Sheets for Polymer Industries. So I'm an owner of a polymer manufacturing business, and using IndiaMART, I receive a lot of leads and inquiries from my potential customers and clients. Here what I want is that as soon as any of the potential customers or clients, a new lead is going to be generated and I'm going to receive the lead details in my IndiaMART account. I want to create a record of all the lead details in my Google Sheets. I want to add them in my Google Sheets. Now creating these records manually is going to be very time consuming. So what I've done is I've simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, I'm going to build a connection between IndiaMART and Google Sheets with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen.
In this video, we're going to learn how to add IndiaMART leads inquiries to Google Sheets on Polymer Industries. So as an owner of a polymer manufacturing business, I use IndiaMART to attract potential buyers and receive inquiries from interested clients. On the other hand, I use Google Sheets to organize and track all my clients' details. The problem that I face is manually transferring the leads from my IndiaMART account in my Google Sheets every time a new lead is generated. So to solve this, I've automated this entire process. Now, whenever a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers or clients using IndiaMART for my polymer manufacturing business, automatically the record of the lead details is going to be created in my Google Sheets. And for doing that, we're going to create an automation between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the all Pabbly apps in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Add IndiaMART Leads Inquiries to Google Sheets for Polymer Industries. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow, okay? After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select IndiaMART Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Add IndiaMART Leads Inquiries to Google Sheets for Polymer Industries, and there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and Action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means what is Action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, we're going to set up our trigger step. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as IndiaMART. IndiaMART is an online platform where businesses and individuals can connect to buy and sell products or services. It acts as a marketplace, allowing sellers to showcase their offerings and buyers to find what they need, whether it's products, services, or business opportunities. For business owners, it's a great way to reach to larger audience, generate leads, and grow their customer base. And I use IndiaMART to generate the leads for my polymer manufacturing business. I want that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account by the potential customers or clients, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that. That is, for my trigger application, I'm going to select as IndiaMART, and for the trigger event as new leads. Now for doing that, we have to build a connection between IndiaMART and Pabbly Connect. And for that, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we're going to build a connection between IndiaMART and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, log into your IndiaMART account that you want to connect to Pabbly Connect. So this is my IndiaMART account and I want to connect this account to Pabbly Connect. For that, from the left side of the panel, go to this Lead Manager option right here. After coming to Lead Manager option, over at the top left corner, it says Menu. Go to this button. From the given options, go to Import and Export Leads. And from this given drop down, go to Push API section right here. Then Push API integration page is going to appear in front of you, in which it is asking for you to select the source. For that, click on this drop down. The given source is not provided in the drop down. Select the source as Other right over here. As you're going to select other right over here, what is going to happen? This window is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the platform name. That is going to be the source's name and the URL. So for the source name over here, I'm going to write it as Pabbly Connect. And for the URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. And then I'm going to click on the Save Details button. It is asking for the reason why we're creating this API. For that, I'm going to select the random reason from the drop down and click on this button right over here. As I've done that, you can see this URL has now been added to my IndiaMART account. As now the webhook URL is added, I'm going to open my workflow and scroll down. You can see it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether IndiaMART is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a test lead in my IndiaMART account. And after generating the test lead, I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the test lead being generated or not. Okay. For generating the test lead, I'm going to open my IndiaMART users account. So this is my IndiaMART users account, and using this account, I'm going to generate the test lead. Okay. I have created a dummy product in my IndiaMART account. So I'm going to search for that dummy product right over here. So this is a dummy product that I've created. I'm going to select it, and using this dummy product, I'm going to generate the test lead. For that, I'm going to click on this contact supplier button. I'm going to select all the required details right here. Then I'm going to click on the submit button. After that, it is asking for the message that I want to generate as an inquiry. So for the message over here, I'm going to write it as, so this is the message that I have. Hello, I'm interested in purchasing polymer sheets in bulk for my manufacturing unit. Can you provide details on pricing and availability? So this is the message that I have. Then I'm going to click on this next button. It is asking for the GST number. So I'm going to enter the dummy GST number right here. And then I'm going to click on the submit button. As I've done that, it sees the details are sent. As now the details are forwarded, now I'm going to open my workflow that I've created using Pabbly Connect, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of this test lead being generated or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow. So this is my workflow right over here, and I'm going to scroll down. You can see right over here the response of the new lead being generated has been captured in my workflow. For the unique query ID, you receive the ID. For the subject, we have received a dummy subject. You can see right over here, state as Madhya Pradesh. Name of the lead comes as Angel. For the phone number, this is the phone number, email as testuser@pabblytudes.com, country as India, company as test company, city as Bhopal, address as Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Over here for the product name, this is the dummy product name that I've created with the inquiry. You can see this is the message that I've generated. That is, hello, I'm interested in purchasing polymer sheets in bulk for my manufacturing unit. Can you provide details on pricing and availability? And these are the other details that I've selected is right here, okay? As you can see right over here, the response of the new lead being generated in my IndiaMART account has been captured. This means that IndiaMART has now been connected to Pabbly Connect and a trigger setup is done. Now, whenever a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers or clients using IndiaMART for my polymer manufacturing industry business, automatically in the similar manner, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. Here, my objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account for my polymer manufacturing business, automatically I'm going to create a record of the lead details in my Google Sheets. Now, for doing that, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. And for the action event, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select as add new row. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this connect button to create a connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you have. After that, click on sign in with Google. A window is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a permission. So I'm going to click on this allow button. As the save process, my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this allow button right over here. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for to select the spreadsheet and the sheet. So I've created a spreadsheet in the name of IndiaMART lead details, and there is a single sheet in the spreadsheet right away in this name of sheet 1. So what I'm going to do is for the spreadsheet over here, I'm going to select as IndiaMART lead details. And for the sheet, I'm going to select it as sheet 1. Okay. After that, you can see it is asking for the unique query ID, name, email, phone number, company, address, city, state, country, product name, and the message. So these are the same headers that I've created in the spreadsheet. You can see right away that is unique query ID, name, email, phone number, company, address, city, state, country, product name, and the message. Okay. And under these headers, I want to create a record of my lead. So what I'm going to do is for the data of these fields, what we're going to do is we're going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step. You can see right away that is IndiaMART new leads. As I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the unique query ID. In my previous response, I've received the query ID. You can see right over here of the lead. And as I want to create a record of this lead right over here, so for the data of this field, I'm going to select the data from my previous response. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever now a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this map data. Similarly, for the name, I'm going to map the data of the name of my lead right over here. I'm going to search for the name and I'm going to map the data of the name. For the email over here, I'm going to search for the data of the email right here and I'm going to map the data of the email. Similarly, for the phone number, I'm going to map the data of the phone number that I've received in my pre-response of my lead. For the company, I'm going to map the data of the company right here. This is the company's data. I'm going to map it right here, okay? After that, it is asking for the address. So for the address, I've received the data of the address. You can see right here. I'm going to map the data. This is the address. I'm going to map the data. For the city, I'm going to map the data of the city that I've received. I'm going to map this data right here. For the state, I'm going to map the data of the state that I've received right here. This is the data. I'm going to map it, okay? After that, it is asking for the country. So I'm going to map the data of the country that I've received. I'm going to map the data. Product name, I'm going to map the data of the name of my product right here. And for the message, that is the inquiry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to map the data of the message right here, okay? After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on this Save and Send Test Request button. As I've done that, we have received a response right here, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my spreadsheet and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the So now I'm going to open my spreadsheet and I'm going to check whether the record of this lead has been created in my Google Sheets or not. For that, I'm going to open my spreadsheet that I've created. And yes, you can see right over here, the record has been successfully created in my spreadsheet for the unique query ID. The ID, name of the lead as Angel, email as testuser@pabblytudes.com with the dummy mobile number, company as test company, address as Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, city as Bhopal, state as Madhya Pradesh. For the country, that is IN, that is India, product name as Pabbly subscription billing, free demo available. This was a dummy product that I've created with the message that we have generated using IndiaMART. You can see right over has been captured in the response. As the record has been successfully created in my spreadsheet of the new lead being generated using IndiaMART, this means that I've successfully created an automation between IndiaMART and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to start now what we have done, we have selected my trigger as IndiaMART and action as Google Sheets so that whenever a new lead is going to be generated in my IndiaMART account by the potential customers or clients, automatically the record of that lead is going to be created in my spreadsheet in my Google Sheets. And for that, I've built this connection between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.